If you're just now tuning in, hit the like, hit the subscribe, and hit the bell. GMS fam, the green room. Let's start this week off right. GMS fam, the green room. What's going on, y'all? Happy Monday. Welcome back to the GMS show. I am your host, GMS. Hope everybody is having a good day so far, starting their week off right. You know, we start out every show with peace, love, positive energy, good vibes, passing it forward, hoping that you pass it along as well. And if you got that, pass that. If you got that, pass that. Oh yeah, we finna start this off the right way. Shout out to Trey 979, Sanaa, Infinite Umber, Will Stumbling, Glittery Bubble, C Mo, Knockout Noda. What's going on, y'all? How y'all feeling? Y'all doing good? Y'all ready to have this convo? I'm ready to talk, man. I'm ready to talk. I gave myself a long weekend. I'm ready to talk, man. I'm ready to talk about this shit. Let's get it, man. What up, Universal Trappers? Brielle in the building. Southern California in the building. Let's go. Now, today's show is different, man. Not different, but in a way where I'm gonna hope to bring some smiles your way, but we got some things to talk about. You saw the title, man. Title says justice for Emmett Till for a reason. For those who may be living under a rock or just don't even pay attention to, you know, I hate that saying, living under a rock, because we need to live under a rock at some point instead of paying attention to our fucking phones and social media so damn much. But for those that didn't know, there was a warrant found for Carolyn Bryant Dunham with kidnapping Emmett Till. It was discovered. Shout out to Kali Rashid. He is part of the Emmett Till Legacy Foundation. And while he was in I don't know where he was. Somebody helped me with the state they're in, but I'm pretty sure it was the same state that it happened. But he found a warrant that for some reason was just tucked away. We all know why it was tucked away and why nobody really gave a fuck about it. But they found it, something that I don't think anybody ever expected. And it's crazy because the immediate feeling, and I have to be open and transparent about it. I want you guys to understand what type of country we live in and the type of conditioning that they put on us as a people. my initial reaction for a split second is when I heard that they found a warrant was, oh, what the fuck is that gonna do? Which is not the right reaction to have for that situation, but because we have been conditioned in a way to ourselves not even take these things that seriously. And I don't want to speak for everybody because, of course, this is my own experience, but I know that some people felt the same way because of how this country is. We don't necessarily see them doing these things or even caring about these things. If anything, this will become a trending topic and then disappear away into the cosmos type shit. But because we have such resilient people and such passionate people, it didn't just stop at a trending topic. See, people left and showed up to different homes that they believed this savage human being lived in. Shout out to Malik Shabazz, one of the people that led the charge in trying to run up on this lady's home. This is a protester. This is a march in front of a suspected home that she lives in. And they're knocking on the door to see if she will answer. Now, there are other videos of them banging on the door to find out where she is, going to different residences of her past addresses. And I like that type of energy because for some reason, like I said, a lot of people have been conditioned to really not care in a way to where we don't go out there and we don't stand up for what we believe in because they have done too good of a job to break us down. I like seeing that type of energy because that energy will be coming from the other side if it was them in this instance. For example, one of the questions that I see is it worth it? Is it even worth it to arrest her now? She's 88 years old. For one, 88 is the perfect age to start washing your clothes in the toilet, bitch. That's a fact. For motherfuckers like that, that is the perfect age. I'm telling you, just go ahead and just get your hands ready. We ain't got no Tide. We ain't got no All In. We ain't got none of that. Just toilet water and scrubs. Also, wasn't nobody really asking, was it too late for people like Bill Cosby? See, the Me Too movement was all about getting people to pay the consequences for things that they did years ago. Now, even though I agree with people having karma because karma's real, it doesn't matter if people put you on blast or not, it's going to come back to you in any type of way. But you can't ask the question, is it worth it, when people were calling for the arrest and the damn near beheading of Bill Cosby. See, keep that same energy. It don't matter how long ago it was. If you a monster, you a fucking monster. And this lady, Carolyn Bryant Dunham, did something so, I don't even think people even understand how evil that is. At a time that this country was in, when everything was at its height of racism, segregation, hunting black people down, finding any excuse to hurt or kill a black person, this lady decided, hey, let me make this shit up. Because I'm bored. I'm white. I don't have anything to do with my life. Let me just say this young black boy whistled at me or catcalled me. Ended up getting this boy kidnapped and beat to death to the point he was unrecognizable to his mother. Don't let them water that story down. See, what they like to do is water down our experiences and our stories and the traumas that black people went through so that we today, black people today, won't have any type of gripe with what happened. But I'm here to tell you that that's not how it's going to go. I hope, and I pray that she is found and that warrant is executed. Doesn't seem like they're too gung-ho on doing it, because this information has been out since July 8th, and we have not heard anything about that woman's whereabouts. Shout out once again to Malik Shabazz for doing what he did and you know, help push the motive to try to make something happen from this. It's an actual warrant. This is a federal warrant. This is something that the people that uphold the law are supposed to take seriously. But we see that when it's given a certain skin color, people don't really give a fuck. What up, Zip Master? He said, it's never too late for justice, but I sure do wish niggas would let Cosby nasty ass rot. Trey979 said, the man identified only as Joseph S. because of German privacy laws was sentenced to 5 years of prison after being found guilty of being an accessory to more than 3,500 murders. He is 101 years of age. See? What up, Bars? Glittery says she was mad at his swag. He was too confident to be a black kid at that time. Remember, he was from Chicago. I gotta hand it to you. I have to hand it to you, mate. You got a point there. But justice will be served, and it will be served swiftly, and I hope that they don't let up off her neck. Now, let's move forward, man. Delonte West, man. Delonte West was recently interviewed by a YouTuber about his struggles with mental illness, his basketball career, and just different struggles that he's been going through. And one of the clips that's been making his rounds is him talking about how he has forgotten that he played basketball. Watch this. Let me turn this music down real quick. Listen to this, man. Mental health awareness, by the way.
What's up with that?
That was amazing. He sent me down to called adventure therapy.
Mm-hmm.
For, you know, I suffer with mental health. You know, I'm starting to, I got early stages of MS.
Yeah.
And I'm just losing my thoughts, man. So I thank y'all for just pulling up, man.
Nah, bro, I swear to God, I had to pull up.
Sometimes I forget that I even played basketball.
Really?
Yeah.
You forget you was that nigga. I remember when you was on the Cavs. They had you on the Cavs, and then they had to bet you because that little LeBron going on. They sent you out Mavericks.
You know what? God knows what he does.
God knows what he.
Now, that part alone stuck out to a lot of people because of the simple fact that he played a while in the NBA. It'll be extremely hard to forget that you played in the NBA if you played that many seasons and played on several teams. Not only to mention just the fact alone that you got to the NBA. A lot of young child's dreams was to get to the NBA and play at a very high level. It's crazy how impactful mental health, or how much mental health can impact you that way, to the point where you forget that you were even in the league. And it wasn't that Delonte West was a scrub either, man. Delonte was very, very talented. And people also got to see a glimpse of that when, you know, Mark Cuban came and extended his hand to try to help him out and put him back in the gym and work him out, you know, shoot arounds and shit like that, even to the point where he was even talks about him being a part of the Big Three. And honestly, it was really sad to me to see. It was really sad to me to see. And it also shows you how much these professional leagues really give a shit about their players and the people that helped make them a lot of money. It's fucked up, man. And you can tell that the league doesn't give a damn about anybody this is like, as long as you play to the highest level and continue to bring fans, money, and notoriety to that organization, doesn't matter what you're going through. That's why a lot of these scandals that happen with professional athletes get swept under the rug by the league first until somebody leaks it or puts it out to the public, and then they got to deal with it because they actually don't give a fuck. They just want to protect the brand, protect their organization, and make sure that they capitalize off as much money as they can. And we got to remember, a lot of these people are human, man. You don't know when it'll happen for somebody. I knew it took a lot of people off guard when they seen Delonte West somewhere on the street asking for money. But those millions don't last, especially when you're not doing anything to save it or to invest it or to do anything to secure it. It's not unordinary to see a professional athlete broke. That has been happening since day one. And I honestly, man, I feel for people like that, man. Me being somebody who, you know, grew up on the NBA and grew up admiring, you know, different players that were really talented and was just, and even the underdogs, the role players, you know what I'm saying? People that have come in and help contribute to that win, you know what I'm saying? People like Delonte West, you know what I'm saying? I think it's just great talents, man. And then life hits you in a different way and you don't know how to approach it or how to attack it. And really all you need at that point is the love around you, man, and the scrutiny. You guys can keep that shit to yourself. You know, a lot of people want to make that, and I hate it, but it's like, that's how the world is, man. When people see you down on your luck, it's always going to be those people, those handful of people that are going to come and kick you while you're down. But also remember that those are the type of people that are going through it themselves. They're trying to escape from the fuckery in their lives. So they have to kick you while you down so they can feel better about their fucked up situation. Please remember that, man. If you are ever down and out, down in the dumps, don't know what to do, and you just hit rock bottom, anybody to help contribute or help kick you while you down are people that are in the same exact headspace that you're in. And they aren't as strong as you to admit that to themselves and then try to improve that with themselves. They will stay complacent in that place while you continue to try to get out of that place. So I want y'all to remember that, man. I've had a lot of people who have also tried to kick me while I was down at certain points in my life. Not that I want to give them any energy, but staying focused and staying in control of who you are and your own destiny will bring you to exactly where you need to be. So that's all I got to say about that. And emotions, man. I think with men showing their emotions and showing vulnerability has always kept them at a spot where people will scrutinize that, which leaves men to be the type of men they are. You know, I saw something on the internet where somebody was trying to explain, you know, how it is for men nowadays. Oh, men have to, you know, be strong and be this and that, but also show vulnerability and emotions or else they're this or that. Like, it was showing the contradictions of how men are viewed and how the expectations of men in this country, given what's being presented to us. And even something as simple as showing your emotions will have people look at you crazy or even talk about you as a man because you decided to be vulnerable enough to show your emotions. And this is a great segue actually into the video that I saw yesterday. Shout out to Wallow, man. $1 million worth of game, man. If y'all know who Wallow is, motivational speaker, host of, co-host of, or second host, first, I don't know how they do it, but host of $1 million worth of game. And he's just I believe a good guy overall, man. Very authentic, very outspoken, and very to the point and focused. I've never seen a person that zoned in on their future than a Wallow. And if you don't pay attention to him, I'm telling you right now, all it will take is you go to his page and watch a couple videos of this man talking. At first, you're going to be like, ha, you're going to laugh a little bit, and then he going to say some shit that is going to ring a fucking bell. You're going to be like, God damn. And it's crazy because a lot of it isn't stuff that we don't know, but it's stuff that we need to be reassured about, stuff that we need to relearn and rethink about, because now with social media so accessible and at the tip of our fingers, it's more easy for us to lose track of mind and to lose our own self by following along with what everybody else is doing. So Wallow does a great job at really presenting himself as a stand-up guy. And he's not afraid to wear his emotions on his sleeve. He was sitting in a room full of a whole bunch of Chirac killers interviewing Lil Durk, and he broke down in tears trying to save those young black men's mentality. Not even their life, their mentality, because that's where it starts. When you change the mind, everything else will fall in place. And you could literally feel watching that video the difference, the shift. You had the few people that was like, damn, this dude is bearing his soul. You had the other guys like, man, what the fuck is this? And you had the people that was like, man, I ain't listening to this bullshit, man. It's awkward. What the fuck is this? But see, people like Wallow don't do it to change everybody's mind. He does it so that if he can change at least one person's mind in that room, he did his job. Somebody left that room with a message, and somebody left that room changed in a different way and moved different because of how he pleaded somebody that they didn't know. See, that's the difference between people that have compassion or have empathy to people that are really selfish and about them and about their own. See, the people that had empathy and the people that had respect and the people that want to grow in life heard what he said and took that and held on to it. See, Wallow did 20 years in prison. I know people that did 6 months and never want to go back, never want to touch a jail door or even drive past the motherfucker. Imagine doing 20. See, this is where the empathy comes in. You have to understand, I'm the type of person where you can just tell me what the fuck something will do to you, and I will be, all right, I'm cool. I saw what crack and heroin and shit like that did to people at a young age. You think I was like, ooh, let me have a rock. Can I please have some crystal? No, never in life, because I saw what the fuck it did to people. Oh, it don't take long for me to learn. I learned that shit immediately. Ain't no hardship in life that will push me to heat up a goddamn spoon. Miss me with it. So when I hear somebody like Wallow talk about his experience in prison, I believe him. That man lost his best friend, his blood, his sibling while behind bars. I could not imagine. There are people that have been locked up that have lost their mother, their father, their siblings, their significant other People having babies when you can't be there because you locked up behind bars, laying next to a nigga you don't know. So when I saw this video, it touched me in a different way. Pause. It was just a real moment. And Wallow is somebody, like I said, will wear his heart on his sleeve. And that's when this part came up. I saw this clip and I was like, wow, Wallow really, this is the shit that you see and know that this person is being authentic and being truthful about the things that they say on a daily basis. He said this man's music helped him get through hell of a lot of shit, including his brother's death. His brother was murdered. So me being somebody who understands the power of music, when music can literally change your whole attitude, your whole trajectory of the day. You wake up mad, sad, depressed, whatever. There could be a song right now that you hear that will calm all that shit down. There's probably so many moments where Wallow was sitting behind a cell like, man, I need revenge for my brother's death. And probably turned on a Sanford song and it saved his mentality from being destructive. That is power. Music is powerful, and that is what set this moment off.
I've been looking for you for years, man. Music helped me so much, man. My brother. I think about my brother, man. I think about everything I lost in life. You give me so much hope, man. There was times, man, I didn't know what to do, man. I listen to your music, man, and you just... I love you, man. I love you. Man, you just, man, you know, I've been looking for you for so long, man. I never thought I'd meet you, man. I just never thought, man.
Now, I don't mean to get anybody emotional today, but that's what I saw yesterday. And I didn't go to the, oh, look at Wallow crying, or, oh, why is a man crying, or any of that negative shit. I saw somebody literally thinking about every single painful moment in their life and how they got through it with the help and the assistance of somebody's music, their talent, something that they had no idea would do for somebody else. You think Sanford was writing a song and was like, you know what? This will really mean something to a man named Wallow somewhere in Philly doing time. No, he didn't think that. Music is so powerful in that way. But I don't look at it in a negative way, man. I think Wallow understands life better than more people. Because when you have your life taken away from you, aka being in prison for 20 years, you grow a different type of appreciation for life, for the things that surround you, whether it be music, whether it be, you know, being active, sports, working out, whatever. It's just one of those things where we would never understand his appreciation for life because we didn't walk a day in his shoes, or we didn't experience the time that he had being locked up. And that's where empathy comes in too. I don't know his stint in prison. All I know is that when he talks about it, he doesn't talk about it in the way that other people was locked up for years do. See, when other people talk about themselves being locked up, they just want to tell you about them. They want to tell you about what they did, how they survived in prison, how they got out. When Wallow talks about his prison stint, he makes sure that it's a lesson in there to try to keep you from going. There's nothing in there that will help glamorize that life when he speaks on it. And I have to applaud him for that, because we don't see that a lot, especially out of the OGs. I gotta appreciate the real emotion in that. And I gotta shout out Wallow for that. And yeah, Zen said he cries a lot. Yeah, he does. And I see it because, like I said, it's a different appreciation for life. We wouldn't understand that. We wouldn't understand why this man wears his heart on his sleeve and why he bears tears every time he talks about emotional moments. Only way we would understand that is if we walked a day in his shoes. We cannot. I don't think I would ever label that as him being unstable or unhinged or him having some type of mental problem. I honestly, wholeheartedly, 100% believe that 20 years will drastically change a man's life for the better or the worse. It's all about how you control your destiny. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I keep everything in mind. I keep everything in mind. Everything. Don't matter what the instance is, I keep it all in mind. I know that people do shit for the cameras. I know people do shit for the moment, for shit to go viral. I know this. But I'm also very good at judgment when it comes to certain people. And one of the best ways to try to gauge if somebody is who they say they are is to peep the consistency. The consistency. Wallow is very consistent in what he says and what he does. And I think his goal in life is very, very, very calculated. And I don't think he's going to let up at his goal anytime soon. Now, there was one more thing I wanted to talk about, man. There was an instance that came up. I can't show it on here, but you guys probably seen it. And I've seen people talking about it because the brand Amiri started to trend on Twitter. Amiri is a high fashion brand that costs a lot of money, you know, sort of like a Gucci, a Louis, or anything, Balenciaga, whatever. There was a man in an Amiri shirt in New York at a bodega who decided to go behind the register and try to assault this older gentleman, and the older gentleman pulled out the Whopper and started poking this nigga in his shit, which resulted in him dying. The bodega employee worker was charged and now is out on bond for I think he said bond. I think his bond was like $5,000 or something. Let me read this off to you. It'd be better off if I read it off. Jose Alba, the New York City bodega worker who is facing a second-degree murder charge after stabbing a customer that shoved him during a dispute, has been freed from Rikers Island prison after posting a reduced bail of $50,000. According to a criminal complaint obtained by Fox News Digital, the incident took place around 11 p.m. last Friday. Austin Simmons' girlfriend tried to buy snacks items for her 10-year-old daughter at the deli using an electronic benefits card. However, the transaction was declined. The complaint states that Jose can be seen reaching over the counter, grabbing the daughter's hand, and taking the item from the 10-year-old's hand after the transaction was declined. What that is when the girlfriend left the store and informed her boyfriend, Austin Simon, of the clerk's actions. The couple returned to the store to confront the clerk about the incident when violence ensued. Austin was stabbed at least 5 times and pronounced dead at a local hospital. The defendant, Jose Alba, apparently stated he wanted me to come apologize to the girl. I took the knife we used to open boxes and stabbed him. According to the complaint, Jose faces up to 25 years in prison if convicted on the second-degree murder charge. Now, after hearing the story, how do you feel? Allegedly, this guy snatched an item out of a 10-year-old girl's hand after a card was declined, therefore resulting in the mother going to tell the dad or her boyfriend, I don't know if it was the dad or just her boyfriend, about what happened, and to which he came in and an altercation happened. That is tricky because anybody with a child in this situation, if somebody, an employee of a store, snatched something out of your child's hand after your card got declined that you couldn't buy it, there will be some type of argument or altercation. A physical altercation, it depends on how you take that situation. But if somebody snatched something out of my daughter's hand, yeah, we gonna have to see something about that. We gonna have to rectify that situation. Now, am I going behind the counter? I don't know, because people do find a reason to do anything. And if I'm in New York and I know bodegas, I know there's not any chance in the world that they are not armed in that store. So if I'm going in there and my intentions are to confront this man, I'm gonna have to be armed myself. And see, now look, 2 different comments, and I'm gonna tell you why I talked about this situation. Trey 979 says, sounds like murder to me, but black men don't get the same rights. And in another comment, my man C-Mo says, got an Amiri shirt, but can't afford a bag of chips, apparently. See, those are the 2 colliding arguments because of how we, and this is a perfect example to roll back what I said earlier, how we feel or how we've been conditioned ourselves to view certain instances when it comes to our own. Now, the mom was the one that got declined, not the dad. Whether the dad had money or not is irrelevant. I think what's more important in this situation is to remember who you are to this world before you make a decision. If I know that my life doesn't matter to the general public, I'm not going to do something to put my life at risk. Infinite Umber said, the Jose dude was a bitch snatching that from the girl, and the father was stupid to go behind the counter and attack the dude not paying attention that he had a weapon. Brio said, I hope he gets the full 25 years. He killed somebody from a situation he initiated. Southern California said, who said he couldn't afford it? Yeah, you see, this is the thing. We don't know. I think he was in there acting out of emotion and feeling like he needed to do something. Also, I got to say this, man. Even though this is a situation where, of course, you're a woman in the situation and a man did something, of course, go get the man in your situation. It's, you know, we hate when our girls try to do something or try to, you know, act out themselves, especially when a dude is involved. It's like, nah, we'll take care of that. What's the problem? Don't try to fight this nigga by yourself. But see, in an instance where you are at a store, at a place of business, and something happens, you're better off going after a payday than trying to get revenge on a motherfucker that works somewhere. He snatched the item out of your child's hand. You could have claimed that as assault. That dude would have been out of here already. But you went back to go get your man, which resulted in him dying. How much is your ego worth? Life? Y'all got to stop putting y'all men in danger too, man. Stop putting y'all men in danger. Assess the situation, because a lot of women will start a conflict. Now, I'm not saying from this instance. All we know is that her car declined, and next dude snatched the whatever it was out of the girl's hand. We don't know if her car declined and she got unruly with the dude at the front, and he's like, "Can I just have my item back?" She's like, "No, fuck that," blah, 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 and going back and forth. So he ended up snatching it out of her hand. Now, it's never justified for a grown man to try to snatch something out of a child's hand. But I can see if an argument started going back and forth already in the store and the clerk was like, "Man, fuck this," and grabbed the shit out of the girl's hand. It's not right, but I can see how something like that could happen. Now, at that point, who initiates the confrontation? And then go off and get your man so that he can come back and get his ass stabbed, and therefore you don't even have a spouse no more. You don't even have a significant other. Your child doesn't even have a father figure, because a simple instance where your car got declined and a man snatched the item out of your child's hand resulted in you going to get somebody that ended up dying. Stop putting your men in danger. Stop causing confrontations and then going to get a nigga to handle your confrontation for you. If you start some shit, finish that shit. Fuck how that sounds. You got to be smarter than that. Be smarter than that. Especially if you give a fuck about your significant other. You wouldn't put them in danger. You wouldn't put them in harm's way. That's why I like the video, man. The video of the bowling alley fight with the baby and his baby mom's brother. There was a part in the video where this girl started following the fight. She starts following everything that's going on. Don't nobody know if anybody's strapped. Don't nobody know if anybody got a knife. Don't nobody know any of that. This girl going and trying to follow the fight, and all you can see is her man's hand come out of nowhere, grab her, and say, "Nah, get your ass over here." Smart man. Don't you take your dumb ass over there, get your ass hit. Now I gotta come defend your stupid ass, and now I'm getting jumped, or I'm getting stabbed, or I'm getting shot because your goofy ass wanted to follow the bullshit. Open signs right there, man. That was his first sign to wanting to leave that motherfucker. Oh, she follows the bullshit? I need to move around. This bitch gonna get me killed. So that's all I'm saying with that, man. Be smarter, love harder, and actually give a damn about each other, man. Is that too hard? Is that too much to ask? Is that too much to ask, GMS fam? Damn. All I want to do is spread peace, love, positivity, and share this knowledge with y'all and speak on this real shit with y'all. Have a couple laughs here and there. Is that too much to ask? Also, is it too much to ask to hit that like button? Yeah, hit that like button on the way out. Follow me on my socials. I'll follow everybody back. Hit the cash app today if you are feeling generous. I would most appreciate it. Leave a comment on this video when the live is over. That's right. When you see the live end, refresh that page or start over YouTube. Come back to this video, leave a comment, and I'll show you love. Put a GMS in the chat, GMS fam. Thank y'all so much for pulling up on me today. Happy Monday. Today was a great show. We got more for y'all Wednesday and, of course, Friday. 3Gs. Make sure y'all pull up for that as well. Shout out my guy AP. Shout out Pac G. We riding for you, bro. Spark up if you got it. Yeah. Shout out to the Sheriffess, Sanaa, G Swift. I see you, Dre. He probably watching the rewind right now, so he a little far back. I like that shit too, man. If you pull up late, just rewind and start watching it from the beginning. It's all good. The show's still gonna be there. Shout out C-Mo. Fire up that broccoli, y'all. I hope y'all having a swell Monday. Go watch that new Dave Chappelle on Netflix, man. It's not a comedy special, but it's something very dope to listen to. And once again, this man is sitting there explaining to you why he is who he is. And if you don't understand it by that, you just an ignorant bitch. And I'm talking to everybody, even the motherfuckers on the rainbow side of shit. Y'all some hoe ass niggas too for not trying to comprehend a man's message just because you want to try to demonize a motherfucker. Shout out to Dave Chappelle, one of the greatest, the GOATs of this comedy shit, man. What up, Sensei? Appreciate you. Like I said, hit that like button on the way out. Follow me on my socials. I'll follow everybody back. Hit the Cash App if you're feeling generous. Leave a comment under this video once the live is over. GMS fam, what up, Toke Champs? Knockout Noda. We out.